Retirement, it's something we all think about, but not everyone feels prepared for. And if you've ever wondered, have I saved enough, or where do I even start, you're definitely not alone. And today, Casey Elkins and Mark Stimpson from Elevated Financial Management are back to help to answer all of my questions, everyone else at home. Thank you, gentlemen, for being here.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, we're excited to be back.
Yay. So, Mark, I want to start with you. I would imagine the question, do I even have enough, is big for people thinking about retirement.
In fact, that is the #1 concern. We hear it from every client. They're so worried about, are they going to have enough to make it through their retirement years, right? And so that's why, and we talk about this on every show that we do, radio, television. It's about a plan. And if a couple has a plan, or even a single person, we're helping widows today, single women a lot too. You need to have a plan. And if you have that, it's going to allow you to be confident, especially when the market may not be performing like we want it to. And the bad times in the market come, and they also go, but you need to have a plan to be successful.
Okay, plan, plan, plan. Casey, you actually had a client who walked through the door concerned, and she had been listening to your radio show for a while, so tell me about her.
Yeah, you know, she listened for almost a year, and she's a single woman, and she was really concerned that she hadn't saved enough for her retirement, just like we're talking about.
Right.
That's the biggest concern that people face, and she wasn't immune to that. So she comes in, we're having a conversation, just asking her questions about what she wants to do in retirement, how she saved, how she's invested, and come to find out she had saved very well, actually had done a phenomenal job, but she was concerned that it wasn't enough, right? And I think that's really the key here is you don't know if it's enough until you know how much you want to spend and what retirement is supposed to look like for you. And so we helped her plan out her taxes, how to keep pace with inflation, and really just helped set her up in a way that she could make sure she could go live the retirement that she wanted. And we're happy to report that now she is. So she's looking at buying a house in Hawaii, and she's really got a phenomenal retirement. And actually, in her circumstance, kind of unique, she's able to have more income in retirement than she did while she was working, and she was an attorney while she was working. So really, she's got a great plan.
My mind is blown right now. I feel like it puts you at ease too to just talk to somebody and say, no, you have done it all correct. Like, you've planned well, you've saved well, and you can enjoy your retirement. Mark, you also what helped her is a book that you co-wrote. So tell me about this book.
Yeah, Casey and I were very, very proud of a book that we have. It's been out for, what, almost 2 years now. It's entitled Break the Glass.
There it is.
And it's all about all the things that we just touched on here a little bit and so much more. And that's really what helped this person realize that with a plan, we address taxes with her. A lot of the firms don't want to touch tax planning. We believe it's critical to a successful plan. A lot of the big box stores will tell you that you need to go and talk to your CPA or your tax preparer. We believe that it's got to be incorporated with your plan. We're going to deal with Medicare with those clients, a big topic, right?
Absolutely.
And of course, where's your income going to come from? Is it guaranteed or not? So there's so many levers that need to be pulled in retirement. It's so different than the accumulation phase. We call that going up the mountain. Coming down the mountain is totally different, and you really need to be working with somebody. And we're very proud that we are certified fiduciaries as well, and so we're always going to put the client's interest first at all times.
Right, and with that book, Break the Glass, right, we entitled it that because as people are approaching retirement, what we found over the years talking with them is that it feels like this frantic situation. When do I take my Social Security? Have I saved enough? What am I going to pay in taxes? How do I keep pace with inflation? What do I do for Medicare? And so the book addresses each of those circumstances, and really the main focus of the book is that it requires action, right? Just like when there is a fire, you have to make a decision, and so we start making those decisions one by one to be able to create that retirement plan. And so we've got that here for the audience today, and people can scan the code on the screen to be able to download or be able to actually get a copy of that book. We'll send it to them.
Oh, that's awesome. And Casey, you talk about retirement plans, but what does a plan really consist of? Like getting like nitty gritty with it all.
That's a great question. You know, there's 5 main things that we discuss when we're sitting down with a client. So income is the first one, right? We have got to have income. That's really the basis of a successful retirement, is having the income that we need so we can do the spending and live the life that we want to live, right? The second piece is investment management. So how do we make sure our investments are set up to create the income, to make sure that we're not taking too much risk in our retirement? Taxes is the next piece, right? We need to make sure that those taxes don't erode the income that we've built. Social Security and Medicare is that fourth piece, right? Social Security is, for a lot of folks, their main income source in retirement, or at least one of, and then Medicare can be complicated too. So there's 4 parts to Medicare. And then the fifth piece to a successful plan is legacy and estate planning. So we need to have a will, we need to have a trust, we need to make sure that once we're taken care of, when we start to leave assets to the next generation, how do we do it in the best way possible? And it's those 5 pieces that make up a successful plan.
Amazing. What can people expect when they come and see y'all?
Well, this is what Casey and I are so very proud of. If they come into our office, we're going to talk about all the things that Casey just mentioned. I'm actually dealing with my mother right now, who's 91 years old. She's getting up there. And some of the documents Casey talked about are documents that a lot of friends don't have. And it's, you need to have powers of attorney, right? And powers of attorney will die at death, but so many, who's going to take care of us if we have a health emergency and we can't speak for ourselves, right? Who's going to be our agent? So there's a lot of things. When they come in the office, we're going to address all these things one by one so that we can take all the anxiety and stress that's going to come from wanting to make sure that your retirement money and your life, we want to help them with their lifestyle too, right? It's not just about the money. There's a lot of emotional issues that come into this type of planning.
You guys, thank you so much for being here. Amazing information again. And next up, Broadway's Some Like It Hot is in town, and I've got a couple of those stars in studio. From mob chases to musical magic, why this show is stealing hearts across the country.
New Day Northwest is sponsored by Elevated Financial Management.